Mesachas Yevamot Daf Kuf. In the sugi before Daf Tzadites, the Mishnah discusses the halacha of a kohen shnis arav lodom v'ladshav chasal. That each one has a suffix if they're a kohen not, and the Mishnah says that they're not chulkim b'kodesh hamikdash v'ein mitziyin shelahem yadeim. Rashi brings two pshatim in the understanding of ein mitziyin shelahem yadeim. The first pshat Rashi says is if they are mechuyev. We can't be mitzi the korban for them and give it to the Anshe Mishpah. Rather, they could say that they're a kohen and they can makriv it themselves, or they could give it to the shliach to be makriv the korban on their behalf. And Rashi asks on this first pshat that how could it be they could give it to a shliach since they're a suffix if they're a kohen and not kol heichot iuloi motzi ovid shliach le motzi mashvi, since they themselves can't do avodah because they're a suffix, kohen suffix, not a kohen, so they can't make a shliach to do the avodah. Tosfos answers Rashi's kasha on the Lishna Kama that over here it's considered motzi ovid, since if Eliyahu Hanavi would come and say that he is a kohen and he's ready to do avodah, he could be makriv korbans, therefore it's considered motzi ovid. Rabbi Chanan Kavitzaris asks, what's the understanding in Rashi that why is it considered like motzi ovid? That they can't do avodah is a technical chesaron because of a suffix if he's may not be a kohen, but it's not a din that he's mufka from being makriv korban. So why is it considered like motzi ovid? And Rabbi asks that Emerson in the Sugiyum Baba Kama that Rashi brings when a kohen does avodah, there's no din that a kohen can't do avodah. It's just physically he can't do the avodah, and nevertheless that's considered loy motzi ovid. He says there got to be other hilchas shlichus that's not considered loy motzi ovid when it's only a technical chesaron. So Chanan says that our sugi is not referring to the regular halacha of kol heichad the iu loy motzi ovid shliach loy motzi mashvi. Betzim it's not a shlichus the alma, rather it's a nesinas rishus that the kohen can give rishus to another kohen to do the avodah on his behalf. And in order to give rishus, it has to be that he is motzi ovid. And if he is loy motzi ovid, if it's not biyodiv to him to do the avodah, he cannot give rishus to a kohen to be ovid on his behalf. Eine shurim in Yevamot Daf that we were meirich to prove that the gather of shlichus by kohenim in the Beis Hamikdash, the man damashluchi, they don't according to one side of Tosfos, is not the regular halacha of shlichus and kol kula, and it's not the regular halacha of kol heichad iu le motzi ovid shliach le motzi mashvi, because the regular halacha of shlichus is the meshliach gives over a koyach for the shliach to do the shlichus on his behalf. Like if someone wants to get married, he gives the koyach of kedushin to his shliach. However, the kohenim in the Beis Hamikdash is not the pshat that they're doing the avodah mikoyach the Yisraelim. Rather, they have their own koyach and they're doing the avodah on our behalf. So b'chagavna doesn't pertain to the regular halacha of kol heichad iu lo motzi ovid shliach lo motzi mashvi v'ayin shop. Ayin the sefer birchas Avram that's meirich in the beard machlokes Rashi and Tosfos, and he explains that the machlokes Rashi and Tosfos is telling the Chakira and Rav Shimon in Shayosh declares that suffix deraisa l'chumra min haTorah is the pshat that's a din vadai, that is suffix min haTorah is l'chumra, or the gather is they have to be choishish l'chumra on the suffix deraisa. So he says that's good for the machlokes Rashi and Tosfos, and Rashi holds that the gather of suffix min haTorah l'chumra is you have to be choishish l'chumra, so therefore there's no din that he can't do avodah misafik. He just have to be choishish that he's not a kohen. However, according to Tosfos, it's a chalais din vadai that he cannot do the avodah misafik. Therefore, it's considered loy motzi ovid v'ayin sham. Moving further on, the Gemara says that the reason why in that chumus and to tumtum and androgynous in the goyim is because they're a barrier. The Orchaner in his Chuvas in his Sefer Binyan Tzion was asked by his brother Blei Bertlinger Zechon Lavracha that it's schwer that the Gemara says that a tumtum is a barrier. You don't find anywhere that tumtum is a barrier, androgynous is a barrier, but a tumtum is not a barrier. So Orchaner says that be'emes it doesn't pass to say that the reason why you don't give a tumtum Chumas is because is a suffix isha, because the reason why you don't give it isha. Chum is either because of yichud or because of chash grusha, and it doesn't pass the chesaron of yichud by a tumtum because she's not royal biyah. And the time of grusha also doesn't pertain by a tumtum because he is not royal in the suin. So the reason why you cannot give a tumtum chumas amaisis in the basic Quran is because since it's a burial, the suffix isha makes the tumtum in to a burial b'fnei atzma. He has his own chashivos, and therefore it's zilusa to give him chumas amaisis. It's not the regular halacha of burial b'fnei atzma like androgynous. Rather, the fact that it's suffix isha, therefore it's zilusa. So Dafko over here passes to say that the reason why you're not chaylik or tumtum is because he's a burial. Moving further, the Gemara says that Meisa Oni, if it's nischalik begoy and you give to Isha before Ish because of Zilusa, and the Gemara says that Rava said Bereisha when he got it in Torah of the Ish and the Isha. First he paskined the entire of the Ish, and afterwards the Isha, since he heard that the Ish is kodem mishum zilusa, he paskined the entire of the Isha before the Ish. And the Sefer Torah Lishma that discusses what's the halacha if you have two people that have yortzeit the same Shabbos and they both want to get maftir, and one has a yortzeit for his mother and one has a yortzeit for his father, who is kodem to get the aliyah? So the Sefer Torah Lishma says that since Emes mitzad the two oilim they are shava, but mitzad the kal that's giving the aliyah, they should be makdim the one that has a yortzeit for his father before his mother, because since the father is mechuyev in all the mitzvahs, however, Noshim are not mechuyev in all the taryag mitzvahs, and furthermore, the Av learned Torah, so therefore he's kodem. Therefore, it's a greater chiyuv covered for the father than for the one that has yortzeit for his mother. And he brings a raya from Al Gemara that the fact that the Gemara says that if not for the time of zilusa, a man would become before a lady. You see, the covet of a man is odif than the covet of a isha. So therefore, in regard to a yortzeit that doesn't pass zilusa, the one that has yortzeit for his father comes before the one that has yortzeit for his mother. And he continues that there's another reason, because the father, when he was alive, was mechuyev in arvus. So since he was mechuyev in arvus, that's a reason why when the kal is coming together and giving an aliyah, and the whole aliyah comes from the fact that there's a kal that are oriv zelazah. So therefore, there's a greater chiyuv to mechaved the one that has yortzeit for his father than the one that has yortzeit for his mother. Moving from the on, the Gemara says that the Mishnah says that they were meshach zeh. And the Gemara says it's mashma that they were meshach and they don't have to meshach zeh. Why don't they have to meshach zeh? Lisa shifcha en yochel, Lisa baschoven en yochel. So the Gemara says Amarova that it means kuif in the meshach zeh. The Turi Evan brought in the Gillian Hashas, asked a tremendous kash on the sugi, asked the Tosis in Gittin asks on that the halacha is by Chatzi Eved Chatzi Ben Chayrin Kifin is Rabbi and Meshachem because he can't marry a Shifchan, he can't marry a Bas Chayrin. And Tosis asks, they have another Eitzah that he could be sold for Eved Ivri. And Taisi says that a ger and meshucha can't be sold for Eved Ivri. On that, the Turi Evan asked that now a case where you have a suffix, if he's a kohen or he's an Eved, why can he be sold for Eved Ivri? So Turi Evan and Avnei Luim say the answer to this kasha is that if he was sold for Eved Ivri, then his children wouldn't be miyachas after him, and therefore he wouldn't be mekayim the mitzvah of Puruvu. So therefore, in order to mekayim the mitzvah of Puruvu, he has to marry a ben chayrin, ein b'chanan, and b'basra, and b'chtan. Let's say different teretz. That the Gemara over here is going Bisman has said that the Yovel's not noyig, and Bisman she'ena Yovel noyig, it's not noyig the Eved Ivri, and therefore there's no eitzah to sell oneself as Eved Ivri. However, the time Machlokes Bisham Beis Hillel, it was still noyig in Yoni Eved Ivri, so therefore Tosis asked on Bisham Beisilel, Bechatzi Eved Ben Chatz Ben Choyin, you should sell the Chatzi Eved for Eved Ivri.